road, two best friends with a lot to say. We're rewriting all the rules today. New roads, new rules, we're taking the wheel. No more playing small, this is how we feel. Honest conversations, open sky. New roads, new rules, we're finally flying high. We're flying high. One mic, two voices, real life in between. Laughing through the messy, chasing every dream. We don't have it all figured out, but that's what this whole ride is about. New roads, new rules, we're taking the wheel. No more playing small, this is how we feel. Honest conversations, open sky. New roads, new rules, we're finally flying high. You're flying high. You don't have to have it perfect, you just have to show up. Find your people, find your voice, find your enough. New roads, new rules, we're taking the wheel. No more playing small, this is how we feel. Honest conversations, open sky. New roads, new rules, let's go! New roads, new rules. New roads, new rules. Let's go!
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to New Roads, New Rules. This is Terry.
Hey, Terry, I'm Sandy.
Hi,
like you don't know
Sandy.
who I am.
I didn't know.
I know.
I wasn't sure.
I know, right? Here we are. Season 6, episode 2 is underway.
No.
I know.
Maybe you'll get this season down. Last time you called it 7, so.
Know what we're doing. I just go along for the ride. I do know, however, what we're talking about today. So do you want me to tell
What
you?
are we talking
Okay.
about? Please.
So, today we're talking about something every woman struggles with at some point in their life, and you cannot tell me any different. And that is confidence. We've all said
Yes,
it, right?
absolutely.
We've all said it. I'll do it when I'm more confident. I'm just not confident enough. She has confidence and I don't. But if we've been looking at confidence completely backwards, did I say if we've been looking we've been looking at confidence completely backwards. Today we're busting the confidence myth. Okay, so that's what
All
we're
right.
talking about. Why you don't have to feel ready to become
To do something.
right.
All right.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. So I have a question for you, Terry.
Okay.
If you go back and tell your 25-year-old self one thing about confidence, I know we've talked about this going back and telling our young self something, but specifically
Right.
about confidence, what would it be?
It would be to shut up the other voices in your head
Yeah.
and just take the leap and do it. And
Right.
and you know, I certainly feel the more you do, the more confident you get. But I know
Right.
my voices got too loud and I stopped. I wouldn't do it.
Right. Another factor for me was other people's voices, right? So I would have told myself not to let other people make me feel less confident when I knew what I was doing, or no, when I felt like I
Right.
could be confident, and then other people like kind of
Right.
turn that around for me. So
Right,
along the
right.
same lines, right? Like we have to tell ourselves this, but we also have to like make sure that other people don't shake our confidence for us, right?
Right,
So-
right. And I just do have to interject here because I know that a lot of women probably have gone through this, as have I, but
Right.
I've had family members since I was little tell me how worthless I was
Yeah.
or how I couldn't do stuff. So it's those voices that you really have to like beat out of your
Right.
head,
Right.
you
I know
know,
we do. And
which is hard, which is hard.
every time you say that to me, it just makes me so livid that a member of your family made you feel that way. You know what I mean? And I know
Right.
we've talked about this off the podcast, and also it has come up, but it's just, it goes back to that, like, but when you're young, you don't know not to let other
Right.
people, you
I
start,
mean,
especially if
young
they're,
under 10.
especially if they're elders, right? So these are people
Yes.
that are older than you. They're supposed to know better, and you're under 10, and you're believing what they
Right.
say, and that shapes
You're
the way you,
believing.
yeah, it shapes the way you think about yourself.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but
But as you get older, as I got older, I did gain a little more confidence
of
and
course,
whatnot.
yes,
But I did learn, especially when I started my first like sales job,
yeah,
I had one of the best managers ever. I learned so much from Dawn. And a lot of the time she would say because of course, all the male salespeople were all like jacked up and
yes,
everybody's great and da da da
right,
and thinking they're better, right? And she would tell us, all the time, sometimes you just put a smile on your face, fake it till you make it, but
yeah,
it'll gain you confidence,
yes,
and I've always done that, and I've always done very well. So
yeah.
you have to like take that leap even if you feel like you're not fully prepared.
Yeah, I think work wise too, like there are examples of this every day at work. So it could be something as simple as not being confident enough to stand in front of a large group and talk, but it is
Right.
applying for that role, even if you don't feel like you're completely ready for it yet. And
Right.
you mentioned a mentor, and I have to say, I had the most lovely conversation with somebody that used to be my boss who has done very, very well for herself. And I had this conversation about, you know, my strengths and, you know, my weaknesses
Right.
or things I would like to work on to better myself professionally. And it was such a productive conversation that I left feeling extra confident about the things that I already do well, but also super focused on the things that I want to do better. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that is
Right.
the difference between a real leadership mentor and somebody that just blows smoke. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Because those things that you feel that you need to work on to do well at, you're not walking away feeling like a loser. You're walking away feeling more confident
Right.
that you can do these things and you can get better at them.
Right. And I think also just by applying for that role that maybe you're not 100% qualified for, the
Right.
experience of going through that process, even if you don't get the job, will build your confidence, you know?
Absolutely. I have learned that, you have to at least try. Even if you make a mistake, even if, I mean, I've done businesses and I had to close,
Yes.
but I learned so much from it,
Yes.
and I have not looked at it as a defeat. Yes, I was sad, all of that. But I learned so much from
Right.
it. Like you
I mean,
always try to learn something positive from any situation, I
well, and
feel.
that's the thing. There's also sometimes when you fail at a business or otherwise, right? Then you give up and you're like, I don't want to try
Right.
that again. But you and like a lot of other people I know will take that experience and be like, okay, that failed, and this is why it failed, and this is what I've learned. Now, what about this? You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's
Right.
how you keep going, and that just makes you
Right.
more developed, I think. So.
I think so too.
So, do you want to talk about what the research says?
Oh, you're handing it to me. This is
Yeah.
a new thing in season 6.
I want to share the research information.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So for years, psychologists have found that confidence grows through repeated experience of mastery and not by waiting until we feel fearless, which is basically what we've been talking about, right?
Yes, 100%.
Albert Bandura, one of the world's most influential psychologists, developed the concept of self-efficiency. His research showed that people build belief in themselves primarily by successfully attempting challenging tasks.
Yes.
Every small success becomes evidence that says, maybe I can actually do this. Researchers have also found that people often overestimate how confident successful people feel. Many high achievers still experience doubt. They've simply learned to act despite of it. which is true. Like,
Right.
again, what I'm saying, like, you fake it till you make it. Like, you
Right.
know, that
It,
is exactly
it,
what Dawn had taught me.
It
Like,
is true. As long as the faking it doesn't put anybody at risk, like the company, yourself,
exactly.
or others, right?
Right.
So,
No, when I say faking it,
yeah.
that means like, say I'm doing something that I've never done before.
Yes.
First of all, I'm doing it, but you're going to make a mistake. You've never done it before, but this is how
100%.
you
Yeah.
learn. And so when you make that mistake, as long as you're not like, oh my gosh, I'm a loser, I'm this, I'm that, you know, you put the smile on your face and you're like, okay, I'm going to keep going and we're going to like readjust our pattern here, right?
Yes. Yes. I agree with that. I think it's the hardest thing to do, but it makes the most sense, right?
Exactly,
So,
exactly. So, one of the most cited workplace studies conducted by Hewlett Packard and later discussed in leadership research found that men often apply for jobs when they believe they meet about 60% of the qualifications.
wow.
So they
Wow.
feel, okay, I reached just a little over half of this. I'm applying for this job.
Oh my
Now,
gosh.
women,
Okay.
on the other hand, we tend to wait until we meet nearly 100% of the
Oh, okay.
qualifications.
What is wrong with us women? Like, let's at least aim for
We
like
need to take the flying
75.
leap. Right.
I'll
I
aim for
mean,
75%.
yes. Well, you know, if they're doing 60, you know, and the thing is they're doing 60% and they're probably getting the freaking jobs, you know?
And they're getting paid more for them, but that's just my opinion.
Right. Right. We digress.
Oh my gosh.
So, whether the exact percentages vary across studies, the broader pattern has been consistently observed. Women are generally more likely to underestimate their readiness and wait until they feel completely prepared. So, confidence is often earned after we begin.
See, that's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me.
That
Why
is
are we like
crazy.
that? So I think we're confused. We've confused like confidence with certainty, right? So we
Hmm.
think if we're nervous, it must mean we're not ready. But I've learned that sometimes being nervous is exactly what growth feels like.
Oh, I think so too. I absolutely feel, you know, if you don't have those butterflies or anything, then it's not worth doing. And
No.
like, you know, and so if you need the nerves, I think that pushes you.
Yeah, I
So
really
it does
do.
for me.
I really do
It,
too.
it, it does for me.
And it's so funny. I remember watching a TED talk once, and I don't know who it was, but I remember them saying that, everybody always says, "Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous." But if you reframe it mentally that you're excited, it's less
Right.
intimidating and it's an exciting opportunity and you should be just going for it, right?
Right. It
Yeah.
is all the reframe. Like we always
Right.
put the negative to everything.
We do.
Like spin it toward the positive.
Right. It's just a new way of looking at things. So so women, like many women have been taught like this is why we wait, right? So we don't
Mhm.
just jump in because we've been taught to be humble and not to brag and
Right.
don't take up too much space and don't make mistakes and be perfect. You know what this reminds me of?
Yes.
Did you watch the
What?
Barbie movie?
Yes,
It
I
remi-
did.
This reminds me of the speech that America Ferrera gave at the Barbie movie, which was like, I mean, it was a cute movie, don't get me wrong, but the speech she gave about women and how they can't win. You know what I mean? This is what it
Right.
reminds me of, and it is so true, and it resonated with so many people, so many women, because it is true, you know?
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I mean, we will wait for things. We'll like wait until we lose the weight.
right?
Wait till we know all of the details. Wait till the kids are older. You know, wait till we
Yes.
have more money, or wait till somebody gives us permission to do something. And unfortunately, you guys, sometimes that day never comes.
No,
You
no.
know,
Again, we have to reprogram our brains to say it
right?
doesn't matter if, I didn't get somebody's permission. I think this is the right path for me and I'm going to take it.
Right. Yeah. You know, I mean, I unfortunately, like through my marriage and everything, I did, pass on a lot of things. And now that my kids are off on their own and I'm here, like my goal is to not say no to things. Like I
Yeah.
just want to do. And if I haven't done it, I'm going to maybe not get something right, but I'm going to try it and
Right.
learn from it. And then, hopefully something good comes from it.
Right. Right. Agree 1,000%. Because
Right.
we can't stop ourselves. You know what I mean? You have to
Right. Right.
keep trying.
You got to keep trying. So, Sandi,
Yeah.
have you ever turned down an opportunity because you didn't think you were ready?
Yeah. So, yes, in the corporate world, I've had periods of time, like I have always been in leadership. My first job, I quickly, went from a sales agent to a trainer to a coach to a supervisor. Like it's just always been my path. And there were definitely times when I wanted to interview for a job, but I was afraid people are going to be like, who does she think she is? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Even though
Right.
I probably did have 60% of the the
Right.
qualifications. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Hmm.
I was always worried about what other people were going to think. Like, is she trying to do too much? Is she trying to climb too fast? You know what I mean? I don't feel that way anymore. As a matter of fact, uh, I've been thinking about another opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's very exciting, but I'm just not. I'm doing things different with this one, which is before anytime I went for like a really big job. Literally, I have interviewed or I have applied for a COO position that I was not even close to being qualified for, but I will
Right.
try because, and that wasn't an internal, it was like an external position, but I will try because you never know where the next
You never
opportunity
know.
is going to be. And for internal, I think some of the politics and relationships have been intimidating for me. I feel like I don't I'm not easily intimidated professionally, but I do think like if I've had a bad experience with a leader that has a higher title, I tend to, and this is not like me at all, go quiet.
Right.
And
Right.
and then that's no good for anyone because,
Right. Right. No,
it doesn't highlight who I am or what I'm capable of if I am feeling intimidated. So I feel like
right.
that's all changed and I am still, I went through a period of time, especially during the divorce where I was like, do I want this? I'm happy where I'm at. Do I want to climb anymore? Um, and I just recently realized, yeah, maybe I do still want to
Mhm.
climb the ladder a
That's
little bit.
good.
So,
Right.
so I feel like it's changed a little, but there are so many factors, and it all comes down to confidence. So many factors that I look at the things I didn't get or I didn't do properly as a leader, and I was like, it all comes down to my confidence was shaken, you know?
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
think,
anything that hasn't worked, it's always been like I second guess myself right there and I shouldn't have.
yeah, yeah. And here's the other thing, and I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but even if I don't get it, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna look at it now as not why did somebody get it over me. I'm gonna look at it more like, okay, what can I learn from this experience? And I still like
Hmm.
what I do. So it's not like I need to get out of here or I need to, I mean,
Right.
yes, more money would be nice, but I don't need,
Right.
there isn't the need that is driving me there. So
Right.
I feel like I've learned a lot. But I really my confidence has gone up and down through the years. And when it was at its lowest,
Hmm.
I was at my worst professionally.
Right.
So
Absolutely. And just think about how much your confidence goes up when you take that leap by saying yes,
yeah.
and then it happens and you're like,
Oh wait.
wow,
Well,
like
what if I didn't try? You know what
what if I didn't try?
I actually said to somebody recently, you miss 100% of the chances you don't take. And I'm sure it was a
Mhm.
quote by somebody famous. I think Michael Jordan said it or something. I don't know.
Right.
But maybe I'm just thinking Michael Jordan because I'm from Chicago. But I said that and I was like, you know what? It's actually a good philosophy to have because I'd rather try and miss than not try and wonder, you know?
Right. I mean, because that's where you fail. I mean, if you
Right.
don't at least try, that's a failure over you trying and then not getting it right.
Right.
Like at least you tried. At least you
Yes.
did something new. At least you learned something new.
Yes.
But
Yes.
and learning something new can only help you. Like whether it's learn what to do or what not to do.
Right. Agree. 100%.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you
So
notice?
yeah.
Wait, I have to side note, personal note. Did you notice I
Yeah.
stopped
Personal.
saying for sure and I started saying 100%? I did that that was very purposeful because for the first 5 seasons, I said for sure after every single time. So I changed it. Let's see what next season brings.
So her new key phrase is 100%.
Just the same thing as for sure, but I'm going to come up with a new one every season. Just so you know.
I have to think of something to say. Oh, that's so funny.
So anyway,
that's so funny.
Let's talk about the confidence.
So let's talk about the
cycle.
confidence cycle.
Right. So what I was saying was like my confidence, and I'm doing hand gestures so nobody can see me, but it goes up and down.
Right.
Right. So many people think confidence works like confidence, then action, then success. But it really, it's often action, experience, competence, and then confidence. Right. So the first step is not confidence. And that's what we have to get across to each other. The first step is courage to try to make the action. Yes.
Right. And that's the only way you're going to get that confidence is to have the courage to try something and do it, and again, you don't have to do it perfectly.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it.
100%.
Just try it. Another 100%.
I know.
And
sorry.
another Michael Jordan comment. Just do it.
I know, but it wasn't really Michael Jordan. That was Nike. But yes.
I know, but it was all Michael Jordan shoes. On the commercials, it was always just do it.
We are so
with
Chicago.
The Michael Jordan shoe.
We definitely give ourselves away, don't we? Anyway, so
we don't walk around going the Bears shit.
No,
so let's talk about confidence confessions.
Yes.
We're going to each share 3 things people assume you're confident about, but that actually make you nervous.
Okay.
Some examples are public speaking, networking, walking into a room where you know no one, recording the podcast, making big career decisions, trying something new.
Okay. So
what are some things that...
Out of those, I'm going to say these resonate with me.
Right.
Because public speaking is not easy for me, even though a lot of people look at me like I am a talker and that I'm super social and I do stand up in front of like employees and you know what I mean? I do those things.
Right.
It is not easy for me. Literally, I was super shy growing up. Nobody believes me now, but I was super shy growing up and I still have the little introvert in me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So public speaking is not easy for me. I actually cringe at it. And then walking into a room where I don't know anyone. So I'm really good with my people. When I don't know anyone, if I'm by myself, I'm not as social or outgoing, I'm more like a little more reserved. That's when the introvert comes out. And then of course, 100% recording this podcast. Those 3 things.
Oh my gosh.
Like it seems easy because we're talking to each other, but there was so much stress around it. And it still is kind of on a week to week. Cause I'm like, oh my God, am I going to say something to offend somebody? Or am I going to I'm just being me. And I don't want to offend anyone. That's not my, you know what I mean? And I'm just hoping more
that's
people.
That's not the purpose of.
I don't want everybody to agree with me, but I also want to make sure that more people appreciate the honesty and the opinions than not, whether they agree with me or not. You know what I mean? So
Right.
how
No, I
about
agree.
you? Give me your 3 things.
So, my 3 things, I too, walking into a room where you know no one, I become a very quiet introvert. Like I do the same thing. I can talk the ears off of all of my people,
Yeah.
but like I have a wedding that I'm going to, and I'm meeting a lot of new people. I know I'll be quiet. Like that's just
Yeah.
I'll eventually start talking. I'll warm up to them and start talking once I start feeling comfortable. But walking right in that room, like I'm not walking in as if I was walking into a room with you and our other friends.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's different.
nothing
It's
like
different
that.
when you're walking into.
It's
Yeah.
different. It's different. I do get nervous making big career decisions. Everybody thinks that I am, strong and look at you go and blah, 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 blah. But behind closed doors, I am like shivering in my pants. Like, I'm like, trying, and I'm literally having my pep talks in the mirror by
Yes,
myself.
you have to.
Trying to keep my wits about me. Recording the podcast hits. Do you remember like our first podcast? Like us turning the mics on and we're like, no, turn them off. Wait, let's start over.
So
as if like we had thousands of cameras on us.
Right.
And it was just us in my living room.
Terrible. It was such a stressful situation. But
It was
also,
so stressful.
it's so funny because now when I tell people about the podcast, I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh my God. Because the first season, we had our theme song, but we didn't have a lot of our recordings and stuff down. We didn't have good equipment. And I always want to like,
we didn't know how to use the equipment.
I know. And I want to always go back in the back of my mind and I want to say like, don't start with season 1, but no, I really want them to start with season 1. You know what I mean?
I know.
But I also
totally get it.
Season 1 had such great content, but it was just so clunky. The first episode was the worst, but also it's kind of the best.
Every time we got a little better.
I know.
Oh gosh,
it's
I know.
kind of the best now because it's like, look how far we've come, but also we just cracked up and I was so sick. Oh my God, it was terrible.
You were so sick. I think you did a shot of Fireball to get through it.
I did.
But yeah, like, I mean, and it's funny because I mean, even my nerves were like, I was literally like shaking and I'm like, oh my gosh, how is this going to sound and blah, 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 blah. And now like we get on and we're just like, blah, 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 blah,
right.
And
we just start talking.
like,
right. Well, yeah, it's like it got easier as time went on, but this is a perfect example because we just did it. We just
kept going.
Right.
We did not have confidence. We still question if we're using the equipment right.
Yes, I mean, how much
our
time
sound guy is probably like,
oh my God,
2 microphones.
I know. Well, how much time did we just spend on the microphones before we started recording?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hey, is that better? Do you have an echo? Blah, blah, blah. But this is also, you guys, why we're not on camera because we're freaking not. We're not on camera. We're on YouTube, but you don't see us. It's because we don't know how to work that equipment yet.
I mean, maybe we'll get there because my God, that would be great social media content. And I always need more social media content. And I swear, like, it would be great social media content.
Especially when the dog does something crazy or somebody walks in the room behind me or the lights go out.
To deliver your packages.
We had one time when the lights just completely went off when I was recording and I was like, okay.
Sandy's in the dark. I just hear a voice over there coming through.
So I think being on video would actually add some humor to the whole thing. But anyway,
yes,
I digress.
But maybe.
How about we talk about some research?
All right. How about you give us this research? Huh?
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So psychological. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So psychologist Carol Dweck's work on the growth mindset suggests that people who believe abilities can improve through effort are more likely to embrace challenges, persist through setbacks, and continue learning. So rather than asking, am I good at this? They ask, what can I learn from this? that shift builds confidence over time because progress becomes more important than perfection. And by the way, who is trying to be perfect? Nobody is going to achieve that.
Right. Well, honestly, for most of my life, that's what I always thought I had to be and would try. Again, going back to my mentor, Dawn, she always said, just figure out what you can learn from the situation and
Right.
figure out what I mean, she's the one who started all that with me. And that's how I've lived my like personal life and work life and friends, and all of that. How can I learn from every situation?
Right. I mean,
And I've told
yeah.
my kids, anything, anybody you meet, good boss, bad boss, what have you learned from it?
Yes.
Whether it's what not to do or what to do. Like,
Yes.
you learn from every situation.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. So let's talk about this. So what are some things you've become confident at once terrified you, Terri?
Um, Technology. I've gotten good at technology. I've done so much that, you would not think that, I'm like, oh, I'll never know that. Or, my
Right.
kids will do it. Well, nobody's around, so I got to do it. So I have learned a lot about technology and how to use it. Saying no, or more importantly, saying yes to things, I guess. Let's go
Yes.
positive side, learning how to say yes to things. And I'm still going to get on that zip line.
Yeah,
So
good for you. I'm excited to see this. I need the video. I mean, you went on that rope bridge, that was pretty.
I went on the rope
good.
bridge, but that was, I want to do a zip line, and I
Yeah.
will do a zip line.
Okay.
I will, which it still terrifies me,
No,
but I will
it's
do.
so much fun too. It depends on
Yeah.
where you go to. So it could be very scenic as well. If you can take the time while you're flying above the trees to kind of take in the scenery, it's magical.
If I
Anyway.
open my eyes, yeah.
Yeah, you'll open your eyes. Stop. So one of the things for me is driving, right? So I have to tell
Yes.
you, so I'm sure I brought this up on a previous episode, but in 2017, I had a bad accident. My daughter were in a bad
Yes.
accident on the expressway. We were going very fast, and I just say very fast because it was a little above the speed limit, and my tire blew, and it was bad. It was just a very bad accident. And so, and I had picked her up from her freshman year at college, and all her stuff from her dorm was in the back seat. So everything came forward. Really hurt me, actually. I'm still got a bad hip from it. But they said I needed a hip
Yeah.
replacement in 2017.
Oh,
It's 9 years later, and I refuse. So let's see how long this could last. I'm so stubborn. I know. But I did have to drive on the expressway every day after that to get to work until 2020. So for 3 years, every time I
right.
went to work or came home from work, I had such anxiety on the expressway.
Oh, that's
And
horrible.
then, yeah, it was,
Mhm.
I mean, literally, I actually had an anxiety attack one time where I had to pull over because an accident happened right around me. It didn't touch me, but I was there and I saw it. And my heart,
Right.
literally, I was shaking. Everything went numb. Like I felt like my whole body went
Mhm.
numb. I had to pull over. And it was
Yeah,
an
yeah.
anxiety attack. So, and then COVID hit and I was working from home. So just recently I started like last night I went to a work function. I got on the expressway and I just sang really loud in the car and I just did it.
Right.
There
Very
was
good.
a time when a couple of years ago where I went, it was like an hour away and I took side streets the whole way because I just couldn't
Right.
face it. But
Right.
now I'm like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just gonna get on that road and I'm gonna drive. So
Right.
that anxiety is real, man. I never had it
Oh,
before.
anxiety
Yeah,
completely.
it's
Mhm.
crazy.
Completely. I mean, I guess it just kind of goes back to like what our parents said to us, like you fall off the bike, you get back on the bike and you keep going. Like
Right,
you have to
right.
I shouldn't say that to you. You don't like to ride bikes. So
I don't not like to ride bikes. I just found in my older age, I get distracted too easily and I fall every time. It's bad. It's bad when you take a
Oh,
bike.
I don't doubt it.
I took a bike on Turks and Caicos from our resort into town. It had a basket. I was going to get some groceries because we had a little kitchenette, and I saw something like a pretty bird or something. I turned my head to look at it, and my bike literally fell in the bushes, and ink with me on it. And I went, I walked the bike back. This is where video would be great. But I walked the bike back, and my whole leg was just like bleeding from the bushes, like
Oh my
scratching
gosh.
me. Like the whole leg was bleeding. I walked it back to the resort. Well, at the time, my husband, my daughter kept going to the store. I walked the bike back to the resort, and I went and sat by the pool because he had the keys. And
Oh,
I'm just bleeding. And I'm sure everybody
oh my
walked
God.
by me and they were probably like, what in the world is wrong with her? She's bleeding. You know, it was terrible. I was never so embarrassed. I was more embarrassed than hurt. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
Terrible.
Oh, I don't mean to laugh, but
No,
that's
it
kind of
was
funny.
funny now. It's funny now. So I get distracted too easily.
Too easily, too easily. All right, guys, it's your turn.
It's your turn. Let's hear what you have to say.
Yay.
This week, we want you guys to do one thing that you've been putting off because you don't feel confident about it.
Yes.
Once you do it, share it with us. Get on newroadsnewrules.com. Go to our board. Tell us what you did. Tell us what you've been putting off, why you didn't feel confident about it, and how you felt after finally doing it. Anything, I mean, it could be applying for a new job, joining a club, starting a business,
Yes.
calling someone you wanted to call and weren't sure, asking somebody out, speaking up in a meeting.
Asking somebody out. Ha! Asking.
Well, maybe we have listeners who are,
Sorry.
hesitant, but-
I know. But what about asking for help? I like that one because I never do. I never
Yes.
ask for help. I'm always like, I could do it myself.
Yeah, you and me both.
I know.
But share it with us. Let us know what you finally tried, and tell us how it went.
Yes, absolutely. This is awesome. I cannot wait to read your comment.
Exactly.
Okay, let's do a rule of the week.
All right.
And now it's time for the rule of the week.
So this week's rule is super easy. And if you can't guess what it is by our conversation here, it's going to be a miracle. Are you guys ready? You don't need confidence to begin. That means
Right.
anything. You need enough courage to take the first step. Confidence will catch up later.
Yes. No, I love that rule of the week.
Me too.
All right.
Final thoughts?
Yeah. So I have learned in all of our talking here that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's deciding something matters more than what you fear, right? So you just have to have the courage to take the leap and have the faith to do it.
Yes.
Just let it outweigh the fear
Right.
that you have of doing it.
I totally agree. I don't think confidence is something we're born with. I think it's something we collect, like one brave decision at a time. So every hard conversation, every first day, every new job, every chance we took, right? Those moments
Right.
become the evidence we carry into the next chapter.
Right. And we get more confident in that, and we keep going. I love it. I think this has been a great episode.
It really has. And dare I ask if I can share a quote? Because I love this quote.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's by Eleanor Roosevelt. And the quote is, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face."
I love it.
I love it too.
All right, guys, we're going to leave you with that. Again, share with us your fears and how you overcame them at newroadsnewrules.com. And we'll see you next week, guys.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
But you're my bestie for life.